So these represent some of our really early works, where Nick and I started in 1998. Like the yoga photograms, this is photographic paper which we've exposed to light over the course of several hours, just swinging a pendulum of light very slowly, gradually exposing the paper. And as the pendulum starts swinging smaller and smaller, little spirals, it gets brighter and brighter in the centre. And
when you say pendulum of light, I don't really know what that means. What is a pendulum of light? So basically we have
a heavy weight and a fibre optic light through it. It's just really gradually swinging in a dark room over this bit of paper. And then when we shine the coloured lights back onto it, it has a direct correlation with the lights that we used in the making of the work. And as you can see, it's kind of morphing and changing.
So when somebody buys a piece like that, are you recommending that they install lighting?
Do you know, most people do, but they don't all. And again, with this work here, it's a kind of a floating orb that has a dramatic effect with the lights that change colours. You can just see just there.
Pretty much all my interiors clients have art collections, contemporary art collections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So these are very clever lights. You can have it just set to white light, or you can have it doing what it's doing here, which is going through the spectrum every 30 seconds. You could slow that down so it would go through the spectrum every 2 hours. So imperceptible colour change.
It is very meditative. I'm not surprised you're both into yoga and meditation, and because all really of these arts are the same.
Well, just before lockdown, we were meant to be doing a thing here for Mind Charity and various people just doing, we were going to have gongs in here. And
lovely idea.
It would have been really lovely in a kind of meditation class next door with all our, which we will show you next, which is our paint pigment series, where we imported paint pigment from India and photographed it based on the Holly Festival.
Spiral mode in the same way, just by swinging a pendulum of light over photographic paper. And as Nikki just mentioned, this is us abstracting the Holly Festival in India. We're throwing paint pigments, raw paint pigment into the air and then capturing it with a really high shutter speed photographically.
This is the celebration where everybody ends up covered in
exactly.
powder.
So we've
I love that
we've
idea.
kind of abstracted that and just, rather than covering each other in paint pigment, we've thrown it up into the air. So it's kind of part painting, part performance, part photography.
Absolutely. Did you do that actually there?
No, we did this in England, but we shot maybe 2,000 pictures. We ended up with this series of 20 that we have available in a small size and
so unlike the others, which are all unique, these have, obviously there's a camera used in the making of the work, so there is a negative, so we did a small size and the larger scale piece of it. But we're quite known for our colour, obviously our colour and our spectrum of colour, so...
I don't like colour. I'm funny, no, but I do like, I like this. I like colour like this, yeah, I do.
Good.
You know why? Because my clients and I myself...
Neutral.
Yeah, because neutral is very calming.
Yes.
But when you get I don't even like that, the use of the word pop of colour, because it's just like overused. But do you know what I mean? When you see this, it's very enlivening, particularly as all your works of art have got life in them. And that's what I like about
there is a visceral feel to this.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel the moving.
But also, like the circle behind Nikki, that really is a pop of colour, and they need quite a lot of space around them, a lot of our works, because they are very bright. And
totally.
intense.
They're real feature pieces.
And this again is one of our very early works. We made that photographically in the darkroom, and then actually we poured paint down the finished photograph just to give it a sense of depth.
Yeah, and a sense of reality, otherwise it might be a little bit too clinical. If you just had the lines, it gives it life.
And plays with the eyes, the surface of the piece, the three-dimensional quality.
What's this one about?
So it's a smaller version of the one next door, the orb that you saw changing colour. So we just really wanted to do this kind of three-dimensional floating sphere, and it's a kind of a double exposure made directly onto photographic paper.
Is this the sun?
Like the sun.
Inspired by the sun.
Inspired by the sun. Almost like a clipsec
Exactly.
Exactly.
type of
Exactly.
image.
Yeah.
What I love about interiors now is the contrast or the juxtaposition between the old buildings and the new art. It works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, San Francisco, I've done quite a bit of work in San Francisco, and they're very into that, the contrast between old and rustic, and then putting the most outrageous piece of modern art, just
They
to
look
show that
fantastic.
exactly against distressed walls or graffiti or
That sounds great.
yeah. Have you been to San Francisco?
No, never been.
No, we hadn't.
I think you find it quite inspiring.
We had Venus there, didn't we, in an
Yeah,
exhibition?
yeah.
And annoyingly we couldn't go because we were busy somewhere else, but we've never been. But